Greetings, everyone, and welcome to 2021. The thing that Kano has done any work related to has gone terribly wrong, so I hope this is not indicative of future problems along this year. I recorded basically an entire Vintage Cube without pressing record. I recorded the draft, got up, went and took a break, ate some cinnamon rolls that my mom made. It's fantastic. Came back, recorded matches 1 and 2, and didn't press record. I was doing all the right stuff, muting myself at the right time, never actually pressed the record button. So what you're about to see is me drafting, then an explanation of what happened in rounds 1 and 2, without going back over the playback footage because I don't have the time to do that today. And then a short round 3. So this is just some bonus content. There'll be a regular video up today, probably earlier than this video. This one will come out later in the day. It's just like a little surprise, tiny bit of bonus video footage. It does show you how to draft a good deck, so I think the draft portion is still good. And without any further ado, I'm just going to let this play. Thanks for watching. Expect a full video tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's official. First video of 2020. Here we go. Now... Wow, I said that completely wrong. First video recorded in 2021. Anyway, so I think Daze is the strongest card in this pack. There's an argument to be made for Entomb Dark Petition. I just drafted Reanimator though, and I don't really want to draft it again. I did last night on stream. I could take Hallowed Fountain, but by taking Daze here, I can cut blue completely from this pack, which means we might actually get a chance to go into blue. So, we're going to try it. We'll start with Daze. Alright, Pack 2. Pack 2, we've got Commit to Memory, there's Preordain, there's also Riftwing Cloudscape. I think Preordain is probably our strongest card, goes in the most decks. Preordain also just adding consistency to your deck can make your deck a lot stronger. I used to kind of joke about, people wanting to draft cantrips and stuff all the time while playing Vintage Cube, and to an extent it's kind of true, but also... making your deck really consistent if you do something powerful is very, very strong. On the contrary, if your deck doesn't do anything strong, you just are drawing cards and losing. So I guess there is a little bit of a balance to it. But alright, pick 3, pack 1. The only blue card in this pack is Inkwell Leviathan, which we could take and try and speculate that we're going to get Tinker and Artifacts, but I don't actually think that's good. I think it's better to take, Abbot of Carol Keep, Burst Lightning, or even Kolagon's Command here and try and do something Grixis related. I'm going to take Abbot because with Daze, we could potentially play an Is It Tempo game. I'm kind of hoping that Burst Lightning wheels if that's what we end up doing. But Cantrips and Prowess Creatures is... they're kind of like best friends, I'd say. Okay, in this pack we have a Sulfuric Vortex or an Abrade. I think I'm going to take Abrade. Vortex is very strong, but tends to wheel, because most people don't like going into red. And I guess our backup plan would be just drafting, Fun Police. It's never, a bad thing to draft. So I think the strongest individual card in this pack is Bribery. Bribery is a card that can just win the game, because people play Gigantic Eldrazi, so it's like playing a 5-mana Emrakul or Kozilek or Ulamog. It's just your opponent's best creature. It's kind of like a mind control effect, but doesn't require them to play it first. I think, given the cards that we have, though, I'm actually going to try and speculate on Splinter Twin. So we can get a Deceiver Exarch, or we can get a Pestermite. We can actually just Splinter Twin our way to victory, 2-card combo. We already have 1 free counterspell, and the more free counterspells you have, the better the Splinter Twin combo gets in Vintage Cube. Plus, Splinter Twin combo is a combo that I kind of rag on or joke about, that it's not actually that good. And thus I never draft it, and people have expressed a desire to see me draft Splinter Twin. So we'll take our best shot at it and see what happens. I don't think this is a time for Baral, even though Baral Daze is awesome. Getting to if we have too many lands, loot away the land we pick up would be fantastic, though I think that's a little bit Magical Christmas land. Shatter Skull Smashing just being a removal spell that's also a land is pretty good, so we'll do that. Alright, Tezzeret the Seeker, there's a Kiki Jiki, and there's a Lightning Bolt. It's kind of sad that I see both of these in the same pack. I'm going to take Kiki just to have redundant twin pieces. Lightning Bolt is by far the stronger card, I think, in general. But I'm going deep on twin this time. Pia and Kieran's okay. This is not an Experimental Frenzy deck. Turnabout, we could Turnabout our opponent's lands. untap, and then do like a full Splinter Twin type thing. PN Kieran is just like the best general card in this pack. I think I'm going to take PN Kieran because like the backup plan is to play a tempo game. So Soulscar Mage is fine, Incinerate's fine. I think Earthshaker Kenra is a little too mono red aggro for the deck we want to play. We do want Sunburn. Alright, I will take a Burst Lightning. Sulfuric Vortex is fine. Char is great. So look at all that burn we picked up, and we did miss out on Lightning Bolt, but I don't think that's going to be that important. I'll put a Faith's Fetters in the side. There's always the chance that we can play like a Restoration Angel with Kiki. And at this point we may not even be playing blue, except to like maybe splash the actual Splinter Twin win condition, which I think would be interesting. I've never been in a situation like that, ever. Well, Mana Crypt is just too strong to pass, unfortunately. Not that I would take really Show and Tell or Urza. We don't have any fixing yet. I think if I didn't have Mana Crypt in this pack, and nothing else of equivalent power, I would either take Glorybringer or Dismember, but Mana Crypt it is. Alright, well, there's a Zealous Conscripts, which I think I am going to take. Zealous Conscripts does combo with Splinter Twin and Kiki Jiki. Plus, you can always just like steal a Planeswalker and use its ult. Snapcaster Mage is good. We do have a lot of burn spells, which makes it better. We also have Preordain. Imperial Recruiter, we can go get like Kiki, but we're going to go with the actual combo win condition first. Okay. There's a tapped blue-red duel. I wouldn't mind that. Frantic Search can help with the prowess stuff. I think I'm going to take Young Pyro. It definitely contributes to like our burn spell backup aggro game plan better. So we'll take Young Pyro. Now I'm not super familiar with which of these cards in this archetype are more likely to wheel. So that's a really late Time Twister. I mean, we have Mana Crypt. Do we take Time Twister? Chandra Torch of Defiance is an excellent backup win condition. Just puts pretty consistent burn pressure on our opponents, can generate additional mana to like get up to a single combo turn. Looting is really good when you have things like Soulscar Mage, Abbot, Young Pyro. I don't think this is a Time Twister deck. We don't have enough mana rocks, so that we can dump our hand pretty quickly. I think Torch of Defiance is just going to be better for us, which is kind of sad because I love Time Twister. I love Draw 7 effects, mainly because they don't exist in the formats that I normally play. So in this pack, we could take a Zergo, we could take a Wasteland. There's a Signet, a Thirst for Knowledge. I think I'm going to take Wasteland here. It fits pretty well into the mono-red plan. We're seeing like almost no blue cards that fit in our strategy. Spire Bluff Canal, there's a Mana Leak and an Impulse. So Mana Leak is fantastic. And we can play just like a light blue splash. I'd like to take Spire Bluff Canal. We can play with mostly basics. It's not going to be impossible. And Spire Bluff Canal is not an island for days. I think I'm actually going to take Mana Leak over Spire Bluff Canal, and I really hope I don't regret that. Alrighty. I'm going to take Deceiver Exarch. A little sad that I have to pass on Chain Lightning here. But, yeah, Deceiver Exarch it is. There's a Resto, which we could combo with Kiki, though we have no fixing. Maybe we just take Eidolon here, or a Pyroclasm. Even Wear and Tear would be fine. We have two creatures that combo with Kiki Jiki, and I don't really feel like splashing another color. So we're going to take Eidolon, just have the burn backup plan going. It's not really a Nykthos deck. I guess I'll take Needle Spires. We're not going to play Resto because it's not going to wheel. There's not enough picks in that pack for that. Light Up the Stage, Imperial Recruiter. This is actually a potentially really powerful Jitte deck. Imperial Recruiter can get Deceiver Exarch or Kiki, which also makes it quite good. We don't have that much card draw, so maybe we need to take Imperial Recruiter to have a real chance of winning with the combo. Like, Jitte is incredibly strong, though, and will win the aggro matchup. I'm going to take Recruiter because I feel like us comboing is potentially slightly higher, or slightly more important, which feels really bad. I don't think... Maybe picking Jitte was correct. So I apologize if it is very incorrect in your eyes, but I think if I had, like, a few more cantrips of any kind, I would have gone for Jitte there, absolutely. We have a pretty sweet mono-red aggro deck. Like, we have really powerful 1-drops. We have incredibly powerful 2-drops, especially with Eidolon and Young Pyro. Our 3-drops are great. Our 4-drops are high power. Our 5-drops are high power. And we still have a whole booster pack after this. Well, yeah, so here it is. Swift Spear, Lightning Strike, Phantasmal Image. Marsh Flats doesn't help us. Fact or Fiction's fantastic, but I think we're kind of leaning heavy into the aggro here. So we're going to take Monastery Swift Spear. There is a Steam Vents. That's what I want to see for fixing. Lotus Petal's fine. Banefire's fine. Yeah, we're taking the fixing. We need it. If we want to have any hope of actually playing any blue spells in this deck, we need fixing. So if we could get a blue or a red fetch as well, I would feel a lot better. All of our blue is single blue, so it's fairly low cost to splash. Okay, so we have in this pack, there's a Jace the Mind Sculptor, which I would take. However, it is double blue. I kind of like taking Signet here. Past in Flames doesn't really have a place. Avalanche Riders we could play, but will likely wheel. I don't think I can take Jace just because I'm not going to be able to cast him. I think I have to take the Izzet Signet. Potentially for ramp. It does help get to like Chandra faster, Kiki, or Zealous conscripts. So we'll go with Izzet Signet. There's a Pestermite. Pestermite is another twin win condition that can be fetched up with Imperial Recruiter. So we're going to go that. Actual factual counterspell is pretty good, but I don't think we're going to be able to cast it frequently. I'll take it. There's like no chance we're going to get a Volcanic Island or a Misty, or not a Misty Rainforest, a Steam Vents or anything like that. Or not Steam Vents, a Scalding Tarn is the card that I'm trying to say, but like every other blue land is coming out of my mouth right now. Steamkin is best in the mono red aggro deck, which maybe we just side into. There's a Fire Blast, though. Steamkin, I think, is more likely to wheel than Fire Blast, especially with red being this open. Like, Fire Blast you can play in Storm, even if you're only splashing red, basically, because it's an excellent 1000-year Storm win condition. So I think I'm going to take Fire Blast. Gear Hulk, Brainstorm, Bombat Courier. Bombat Courier is really strong. I was going to say I probably want Brainstorm, but I'm not so sure. Desperate Ritual could help us, like, Ritual out of Chandra. We don't have any fetches, so Brainstorm's actually kind of not great. I'm going to take Bombat Courier. I think we're basically like mono-red twin splash for the actual twin win conditions. Like, I don't think we can really play Preordained Daze Mana Leak Counterspell, but I guess we'll find out. Rakdos Return, 1000-year Storm. Oh, there's a Miscalc. Well, maybe I can justify it. We'll take Miscalc. Dire Fleet Daredevil is... It's good when your opponent has things like Ancestral Recall, but it's bad because your opponent casts an Ancestral Recall, and then you're probably not casting Dire Fleet Daredevil. I could play Fact or Fiction just to have more blue justification. I think I want more burn spells, though. So I'm going to take Lightning Strike. Fact or Fiction, incredibly strong. But I think the primary game plan being mono-red is going to overwrite what we're doing with Splinter Twin shenanigans. Which is kind of sad, because we had to pass Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning. Like, red was so open, and we missed, like, 2 of the best burn spells that red has access to, and maybe I should have just taken them and not gone for the twin plan. But I think this deck is going to be at least a little more interesting. I'll take Banefire for top end. It's pretty decent. We have Chandra. Like, it being uncounterable occasionally matters. I guess... not playing any of these. Plateau on the side. Alright, Hazaret is a good top-end card. I don't think I'd play Maze of Ith, but it's better than the other 2 cards in that pack. Steamkin's fine. And Desperate Ritual fits into the Prowess shenanigans, but... this is really disappointing, actually. So, Shatter Skull Smashing is a land. These are 2 lands we'd probably play. Mana Crypt is effectively a land. Group creatures separately, let's see what we're dealing with. I think regardless, we're not playing Counterspell, we're not playing anything that's more than single blue. And if we cut too much more blue than this, we absolutely cannot play Daze, because we need islands for Daze to even really matter. We have a good number of creatures. I could cut a little bit of red, so... Like, Eidolon is very strong, but it's only strong if you're really burning your opponent out. Like, really quickly, which we can. I think PN Kieran is a little bit slow for the deck I'm trying to play here. We could just... Let's see. If we can keep all of the blue we have in the deck right now, I think it's worth playing blue. Banefire, I think, is a little too mana intensive, even though it's very good at getting reach. If I play against a heavy control deck, I think Banefire is worth it. Other than that, I don't think so. I like Izzet Signet, because we will need the fixing for blue if we're going to play it. I need to cut about 6 cards. We do curve out at 5. With the number of prowess creatures we have, and like Grim Lavamancer and stuff, I think keeping Incinerate Lightning Strike is correct. Oh man. For like the 3rd draft in a row, I went like halfway on 2 archetypes, because it's like, to justify Twin here requires a lot more cards. Like, I could just cut basically this pile here. It feels terrible because we don't have any fetch lands for our steam vents. So if I want to play the Deceiver Exarch Pestermite, I need to keep... Okay, so if I cut blue entirely, maybe we don't go like primarily on the Splinter Twin plan. Like maybe we can just have Zealous Conscripts Kiki or Zealous Conscript Splinter Twin to win the game with. Is Splinter Twin good on any other creature we have? I mean, it's kind of funny on Imperial Recruiter. But it's not particularly good on anything else. Kiki's nice because we just like can make more. I mean, we could go on the mono-red game plan to begin with, or the Splinter Twin plan and then drop into mono-red. But our mono-red game plan seems like it's just way stronger. We have Sulfuric Vortex, Eidolon, all of the best mono-red 1-drops, most of the best mono-red 2-drops, great burn spells minus Bolt and Chain Lightning. Yeah, I think I really should have just gone on the mono-red plan to begin with. Which I guess means you can just cut these cards and go mono-red. I mean, we still have the Zealous Conscripts Kiki and Zealous Conscripts Splinter Twin plan. Yeah. Alright. Well, it could have been better. I think I will play a Banefire in addition. Go ahead and add basic lands, one of which will be Steam Vents, one of which is actually going to be a Mana Crypt, and one of which is going to be a Shatter Skull Smash. And, yep. Alright. I feel bad about cutting blue, but if I had gotten a red fetch or like a volcanic island, I would have felt pretty good about the Splinter Twin game plan. I just think it's not worth it at this point. I tried, I really did. So I'll see you guys in round 1. Hi everybody, I'm terribly dumb. So expect to see this match as a bonus video. So I drafted this sweet mono red deck. We completely blitzed our opponent in round 1. Round 2, we were playing against Reanimator, and we lost to an Ashen Rider Reanimate. So I was like, "Oh, we need to side into the Splinter Twin plan, and it's really sweet." And we completely like comboed out and pestered or Deceiver X our opponent and prevented them from using all their spells. We wastelanded them, and in round 3, we just countered all of their stuff, waited for an opening. Pestermite Splinter Twin won the game, and I didn't record any of it. So you'll get the draft portion, and you'll get this match, but I don't have the footage anywhere. I didn't record it. I like refreshed, I searched my entire hard drive just to make sure I didn't accidentally move the recording directory. But the good news is we're 2-0 in this league, and we're going into round 3 with a combo that I usually say is not good in Vintage Cube. Whatever. So expect this as a short bonus video, and I have to record a different video despite wasting all of this time. Oh man, my worst fear comes true, and the first video of 2021 I record. So I'll put a little disclaimer at the front of this video, and just expect this one as a surprise someday. It'll just go up alongside a different video, probably as a Vintage Cube short or something like that. Maybe a 0.5 episode of Vintage Cube. So we are 2-0. We're going into round 3. We have Young Pyro and Wasteland and several good cards. I think I'm going to mulligan, though. We have a lot stronger starts, like this one, as an example. So we'll keep... I'm going to put back Daze because we have no islands. We're going to start turn 1 Young Pyro off of Mana Crypt into turn 2 Chandra Torch of Defiance. So, Mountain, Mana Crypt. I'm recording this time, right? Yeah, okay. Play Young Pyro, pass the turn. And I could go back and just, like, narrate over the matches that we played and make just a shorter Vintage Cube video, but, like, I have to go back and do rework. I'm going to be doing more Vintage Cube today anyway. There's no reason that I just shouldn't do this, I guess. So my opponent is going to port our mountain. That's fine. We'll say Tails. We lose the flip. Take 3 damage. We draw Shatter Skull Smashing. So play mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 2 and leave up Char. So our opponent was able to stop us from playing Chandra this turn, which is not really that big of a deal. We still will be able to char and get a token regardless of what happens. If we can hit like a Courser of Crewfix, potentially that's very strong. Hey, Courser of Crewfix. Opponent is top decking a Hydroid Krasis. I really don't think my opponent stands a chance right now. So, char Courser. Get a token. We'll even be able to play like a great big Shatter Skull Smashing after Chandra. If my opponent plays anything else. So, Mana Crypt, we'll say Tails. Heads, we lose the flip again. We draw Steam Vents. We'll play Steam Vents tapped. No reason to play around Daze or anything. My opponent could have Force, though. Play Chandra. Uptick Chandra. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent goes down to 13. Opponent plays a Tireless Tracker, Mana Crypt. We'll say Tails. We win the flip. What do we draw? Island. So we only need to Shatter Skull Smashing for 2. If that's the case, we're going to uptick Chandra for damage, because potentially we could get something even stronger. Okay, yeah, we just hit Wasteland. So play a mountain. Shatter Skull Smash. Shatter Skull Smash. Tireless Tracker. Nope, I don't want to do it for 1, I want to do it for 2. Come on, Moto interface. Okay. Make a token. Kill Tracker. Hit our opponent for 3. They go to 8. You know, this recording error would happen on the first league out of 2021. Opponent concedes, they can't beat that. Alright. Run it back exactly as is. I don't think we make any changes for our opponent being the deck that they are. I could bring in Incinerate and Banefire because low amounts of damage is really good versus Dorks. And if you can stop the green deck from playing Dorks and accelerating that way, then you're probably going to win. Because we do have an actual combo finish. We're not just mono-red like I was originally anticipating we would be. Apparently just playing these blue cards in this amount with this many islands is really good. So color me surprised, but this hand is unkeepable. Soulscar Mage Kiki 5 lands, not good. So going to 6. I mean, Splinter Twin Pestermite 4 lands. That's probably good enough. So we'll put back Bombat Courier. I mean, in reality, the correct choice is you put back a land, you keep Bombat Courier, and you force your opponent to answer something that threatens to give you loads of card advantage. And you thought I was going to swear. Alright. We'll play an island. Make them play scared. Pass the turn. We did draw on a Braid, so we do have an Abrade for an early Mana Dork or a Tireless Tracker or something like that. My opponent's going to need something like a Beast Within, unless their second color is black and they have like a proactive spell, or their second color is blue. Well, they have Hydroid Krasis, so we know that they're playing at least some amount of blue. So we still have to watch for like Force of Negation, or Force of Will. So opponent untaps, Sylvan Library activates. Okay, opponent's going to pay 4, and pay 8 to keep the cards they just drew. Okay, opponent plays a Nissa Vastwood Seer. This will get abraded, even though I technically don't have to. I want to show my opponent that I have other spells right now. We might have to wait till we get to 5 mana because my opponent did play Port. They get a Forest. We untap. Draw Mountain. Play Mountain. Pass the turn. If my opponent taps out this turn, they lose. But if they leave up Port, we actually have to wait. I guess that they tap out for something that isn't land destruction. I should specify. Alright. Courser of Crufix. Opponent plays a forest and loses the game. They can't even have Nature's Claim because we have Pestermite to tap their land. They have to have Force of Will. Or Force of Negation. Tap the forest. Untap. Draw Soulscar Mage, play a mountain, and cast Splinter Twin. And the game is over. We get another Vintage Cube trophy. You guys don't get to see the majority of the league. And, yeah, alright, hang on. We'll open up this treasure chest for those of you who are kind enough to stick around. Treasure chest number 1! We get 5 play points. Ooh, a full art promo Boros Charm and a Might of Oaks. Thank you all so much for watching. For those of you who enjoy watching Vintage Cube, this little bonus video content. Next, I gotta record another one, and I gotta press record this time. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. This video is going to be incredibly short, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!